Hi everyone, welcome back to GoLocal Live. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel. Thanks for tuning in this Friday afternoon to start your weekend with the latest in news and politics. And some big news here in Providence taking place in the West End currently. This pertains to a new proposed charter school and a potential arrangement at the John Hope Settlement House that a lot of folks in the community are raising concerns about, including Suzette Cook. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having us.
I appreciate
really
it. And community activist Lisa Scorpio, thank you for coming in today. In the midst right now, this basically stems back about a month. The Wangari Maathai Charter School basically had a meeting at John Hope to potentially house the school there. And the issue for a lot of folks in the community was this is really the first time that they had heard about this, that a school could be coming into John Hope. We've reported on a lot of issues in the past about how John Hope has been managed fiscally, but for folks in the community who've been to John Hope, their children, grandchildren, know the role it plays in the community and have a lot of questions about what this arrangement could or could not look like. So, Suzette, let's start with you and talk a little bit about sort of your reaction when you sort of heard this at the last moment, that this could potentially be taking place, and what your thoughts are about what this means for John Hope.
How I feel in terms of what this means for John Hope is that they're taking away from our community. They have ignored any request in which that we've made to try to bring us together. So I don't find that this particular charter school is for the people in the community. I feel as though that they have totally isolated us in every aspect of the word.
And Lisa, tell us a little bit, you've been active, you were there in previous John Hope actions, again, with the community saying, you know, this is such an important piece to the community, it needs to be run at the best and highest level possible. Tell us about what you're hearing in this current situation.
Well, I feel this is the epitome of white privilege. These people are coming in, they've been told, they know. We have had actions every day for weeks now. The community does not want them in there. We don't want them to take out John Hope. They don't follow the mission statement of John Hope. And I don't know what else to say, because they seem to want to move forward even though we're against it. And we're not going to give up. And it's been, as far as we know, it's been done illegally. We met with a few Wangari board members, and we're told the only people they met with was the president and one other person on the board. So they didn't even have a quorum to vote on whether or not to put this school in the building.
There's a couple of factors here. Of course, charter school is a public school with obviously funding and involvement from the community there as well. And then the same thing on John Hope. They're a nonprofit. They're a 501c3, but a lot of questions as to who's on the board, if the process was followed, is the board properly constituted, sort of procedurally, because even though these aren't de facto governmental agencies, again, they're a nonprofit and a public charter school. Mm-hmm. So do you think, again, you talked about having troubles getting meetings. I mean, what's the issue with the board of John Hope? Why are they not being transparent with the community?
Because they do not want any community involvement. To me, this is about them doing things underhandedly so that the community does not know exactly what it is that they're doing. So no, they're not accepting us to their board meetings. No, they're not accepting any of our requests to meet with them to discuss exactly what's going on. So it really doesn't take a blind man to see that this is a problem.
Do you think the RIDE and the Department of Education should be taking a closer look at this and has this all played out? Obviously, there's a process by which a proposed charter school submits an application, the department looks at it, gives it approval. Now, that approval was granted on a preliminary basis because it was granted before it even had a space. Now, representatives from the school have told GoLocal that they were looking at other locations as well. The most recent statement that came out from the school was that the reason that they hadn't outreached to John Hope's community is because they were looking at other areas, but at some point they knew they were looking at John Hope and setting up this meeting. Do you think that RIDE should be taking a closer look at this, Lisa?
Well, actually, on Monday, the city council sent a letter with the sergeant of arms to RIDE, and it was hand-delivered to RIDE, telling them that we need to stop this process.
the city council took that step.
The city council took that step. And the other thing is, there is a building for them. We just found out that St. Joseph's Hospital is open and welcome. They have classroom-sized rooms. They could move to St. Joseph's Hospital, and they probably, I don't know. I'll bet they know this, though.
So where we stand here, literally, figuratively, on Friday afternoon, folks in the community are going to continue to push. Is the ultimate goal to say, this isn't the best location for the school? It's not being opposed to a school, per se,
We just don't want it at John Hope.
just for the fact of what the programs there. Now, John Hope, I believe, has said that that wouldn't impact its programs and offerings. Do you believe that statement?
So, many times when a charter school goes into a building, their goal is to grow, and they're going to grow, and they're going to grow and grow and grow. And if they've been looking for a building for a year and they couldn't find a building, what tells us they're going to find a building in 5 years? We feel they're just going to grow into John Hope because they say they're going to put money into John Hope. So they're going to put all this money into John Hope. They're going to grow, and then they're going to move. We don't think they are.
Well, yes, as we know, there's only 4 classes for the first year. It's K-1 and then middle school as well. But they want to be a contiguous K through 8. So this is just a small slice of what the school is eventually going to be. So again, looking towards the future, going to continue to take actions. Again, calling on RIDE to take a step in here. Anything else, Suzette and Lisa, you want to share with viewers while we have you here in the studio?
Yes, actually, Wangari is having their board meeting this evening to vote on signing the lease for their school at John Hope. And we're calling on all people, be it clergymen, councilmen, women, men and women, people of the community, to come out and voice your opinion on how it is that you feel. And let's allow them to know that we do not want you at John Hope Settlement House.
And let's talk about that location of the board meeting. Is it in downtown Providence?
That is correct.
Okay.
It is located at 10 Dorrance Street, and this is downtown Providence. At 4:15.
And Lisa, anything you want to share?
Nope, we hope to see you at 4:15 today at 10 Dorrance Street.
Okay, well, wanted to have you in as we've been covering this issue here closely. Appreciate your taking the time again, sharing your concerns with viewers here on GoLocal Live. And that just about wraps up a day for us here in downtown Providence. We'll be back on Monday with GoLocal CEO Josh
Thank you,
Fenton
Kate.
for
Thank you,
GoLocal
Kate.
Prov. Thank you guys
Thank
as
you.
well.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you next Monday. Of course, read GoLocal Prov. Find us on Facebook throughout the weekend. And have a great one. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel.